Hey everybody, I'm here today to make a quick video of myself installing a double towel bar. In this video, I will be installing this Moen Banbury double towel bar. Now what I've already done is I've actually taken the template and placed it exactly where I want the towel bar to be. And I've measured everything out. I know that it's in the right place. And I've read through the instructions very quickly. So basically, now that I have the template right here, the next thing that I have to do is take a 5/16 drill bit, and I need to drill in 2 of the holes in each spot where I want the mounting plates to be. So if you look on this right here, and I know you can't see it because you're too far away, but for the double towel bar, we basically use this one over here, and then this one over here, the outside too. So I have the 2 markings on each of them, just like that. I'm going to take my 5/16 drill bit, we're going to drill into the drywall, just like that. Let's make sure it's nice and centered. Okay, just like that. One more over here, just like that. And then 2 over here, just like that. One more down here. All right, now that we've drilled into the drywall, I'm going to take the template, I'm going to remove it just like that. As you can see, I kind of ripped it, but that's okay. The next thing that we have to do is we have to actually take these anchors and we have to place these anchors in these holes right here. Now these are interesting anchors, but before I do that, I just want to take these mounting plates and I'm just going to hold them up against the holes to make sure that they are nicely spaced apart. Perfect. I like to do that just so I can fix any errors before they get worse. It's always good to double check. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to hold one of these close to the camera. This is an interesting kind of anchor, as you can see right here. So what you have to do with these, and I've never used these before, but I just read in the instructions, you have to take them and you have to snap them like this. So I'm snapping them, I'm folding them so that they're nice, and that's sort of what a typical wall anchor looks like. And then you have to place them inside, just like that. So we have to tap them so that they're flush with the wall. My hammer's in the garage, but luckily my thumb is strong enough and I can tap it just a little bit more in just a moment. So I'm taking these, we are going to fold them, bend them I should say, put them in place. Let's get these, all of them in there, and I'm going to tap them in just a moment. Okay. The third one. If you let go of them, they sort of spring apart, so you got to really keep your fingers on them. And then the fourth one. So once again, I'm taking it, bending it just like that, and then putting it in the wall and pushing it in. Let's get it right in there. There we go. Now they're just sticking out just slightly, and like I said, my hammer's in the garage. Some of you may hate me for doing this, but it's raining outside. I don't want to go out there to get it, so I'm just going to take this tape measure. I'm just going to sort of hammer them in a little bit. Okay. Well, a few more hits. Okay. All right. I know that some of you may be cringing after seeing me do that, but you know what? You do what you gotta do. It's that simple. So the next thing that you have to do to keep these anchors in the wall is you have to use this little pin, and this is just a little pin. You have to push it inside of there, and what that's going to do is it's going to take the pieces that I folded and expand them behind the drywall. So let's try it out. I'm going to give it a shot. I've never done this before. Let's push it in. Okay, that one is good to go. It's not budging at all. So let's try again. This one here at the bottom. Okay, done. Third one. Okay, fourth one. Okay, so now that I've done that, the next thing that I have to do is I have to take these mounting plates and I have to mount them right over here. So for that, I have these 4 screws that they've provided me with. So I'm going to take these 4 screws and I'm going to use my handy drill. Let's get rid of this bit over here. Let's put on a Phillips head. Okay, let's put it on properly. It's always good to make sure that you put it on properly. You don't want it to be twisty-turvy and then ruin it for you. So now it says to take these 2 plates and install them in these anchors. And there's a word that says up, and it points upwards. And that word up should be facing you, they said. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finger tighten this in place first. I'll start over here. Let's get these screws. Finger tighten. tighten it first, okay, just like that. And then now that I finger tightened it, I'm going to take the drill and the drill bit, and I am going to simply screw it in place. Okay, next one. All right, that's securely in place. Now I'm going to take this other plate right over here. Once again, I'm going to finger tighten it, and I'm doing my best to show you as much as I can. I'm sorry if my body's getting in the way of anything, but I'm doing my best. It's a pretty confined space. So once again, I'm going to look, this says up, and it's facing me. Let's finger tighten the top one right over here. Finger tighten the bottom one, just like that. Take the drill, now that they're finger tightened, and screw them in place. Okay. This one right over here. All right, that is nice and secure as well. So now that I've actually finished installing those, the final thing is to actually install the actual towel bar, the double towel bar. Now what you'll notice is that probably about 80% of the work was done behind the scenes, you know, with regards to measuring, mounting the plates over here, putting the anchors in place. The actual mounting of the towel bar, the double towel bar, doesn't really take that much. So basically I have these two bars and then these two mounts. And what I have to do is I have to use this little, it looks like an Allen key right here, and there is a setting screw over here, and we want that to be at the bottom because you don't want to see that setting screw. So I'm actually going to loosen that setting screw right now, and we're going to put this one in place first. And because this has to be at the bottom, right, it has to go, it can't go on this side because then it turns to the top. It has to go on this side. So I'm going to loosen this setting screw, and we're going to place it in place over the mounting brackets. Let's see. Okay. Let's try and get it over the mounting brackets. I'm just having a little bit of difficulty right here making this work. There we go. Now that it's over the mounting bracket, I take the Allen key, and this is going to be quite difficult because there's not that much space over here, but we're going to take the Allen key and we're going to tighten this setting screw in place. So let's go ahead and tighten it. And like I said, there's not that much room, so you know what? I'm just going to have to take my time and just do it very, very slowly, continually removing the Allen key every time that I turn a half a turn. So just bear with me as we get this in place. But in the meantime, I will talk to you about installing these. Once again, the majority of the work happens behind the scenes. The actual installation of the bar doesn't take long at all. It's pretty simple and straightforward. But the majority of the work is done when you actually get everything ready. Now, one thing that you didn't see in this video was myself measuring with my wife and taking measurements for where this is supposed to go. That's very, very important. Before you install anything, you should really make sure that you measure it twice, 3 times, or even 4 times before you actually install anything. Because the last thing that you want is to put in all that work, and then if you get it in the wrong spot, you have to patch it up and then reinstall it again in another spot, and that's not fun. Nobody likes doing that. Nobody likes waiting. So, you know, just measure it twice. That's the key. So it's almost ready. We're just going to go ahead and tighten this just a little bit more. Okay. Now, one thing, I don't want this to be extremely tight, and I'll tell you why. If I ever have to take this out for whatever reason, I don't want to have to be struggling to get the leverage, just because, as you see, there's not that much space right there. So the next thing that I have to do is basically the exact same thing on the other side. However, I have to place these bars in the appropriate spots. Now, one thing you'll see right here is, and I'll just try and get this nice and straight, because these things over here turn a little bit, so you can get it perfectly straight. Even if when you mounted it, it was only 90% straight, the front portion turns. I'll actually bring it closer to the camera so that you can see. If you need to turn the front portion, it's very good to know. If you look inside of there, hopefully you can see, try and get some light in there. There is a screw in there. I know it's pretty difficult to see because of the lack of lighting in it, but there's a screw that you can use if you need to turn this, okay? So I'm going to place the Allen key up here, Place that over there. We're going to take these 2 towel bars, we're going to place them in place. Okay, if that makes any sense, place them in place. There's a longer one and a shorter one. Logic says that the longer one should go to the part of the towel bar that is extended further outside, and the shorter one should go on the inside. So I'm going to take the shorter one, we're going to put it right over here, just like that. Take the longer one, put it right over here, just like that. Now I'm going to take the other bar, and once again, I'll do my best to show you, whoops, so that one just came out. I'll do my best to show you exactly what I'm doing. I'm going to take this, I'm going to sort of get it in position, like that. I'm going to mount that in there, and we're going to get this in here as well. So I'm getting both of the towel bars in there. Now I have to actually get this onto the mounting plate itself while keeping the towel bars in place. So now I'm going to try and work this onto the mounting plate. Let's try and get it on there. Okay, we're almost there. Almost there. Let's try again. Oh, you want to know what I forgot to do? Silly me, this is why you should double check before you do anything. I forgot to loosen the setting screw and the set screw, and knowing how much I had to turn that one right there, I know I don't have to go crazy loosening this right now to save myself some time. So once again, we're going to try that one more time. Now that the set screw is loose, we're going to take the shorter bar, put it on the top, the longer bar, put it on the bottom. I'll shift to the other side while trying to give you the best view possible. Plug in the top, plug in the bottom. Let's get this puppy in place. Okay, the puppy is in place. Don't know why I'm calling it a puppy. Now we're going to take this, and we are just going to tighten this setting screw. Now, the main difficulty is now that I have to hold everything in place because, whoops, there's nothing that holds the towel bars to the actual rod at the end over here, the actual bar to the end piece. So I'm going to take this and we're going to try and tighten it while holding everything in place. Once I get it to the point where I don't have to keep my hand on it, I'll feel more comfortable. But right now it's just a matter of, I got to really hold it in place. Don't want anything to move or budge. Okay, almost done. Just have to tighten this and the job will be finished. Just keep turning. So this is definitely just a patience game. It's just a matter of taking your time, slowly tightening that setting screw. Slowly but surely is the name of the game. That's basically, this is just one of those jobs that it's not that it's hard. It just takes some time. You want to make sure that it's nice and straight, nice and level. And you want to make sure that it's secure, because if you're hanging towels off of this, you really don't want it to be falling over. That's definitely something you don't want. So make sure that you give it the extra couple turns to get it nice and set in place. That's one of the key factors. I think I only need a few more half turns here and it should be good. I feel it tightening up over here. Okay. A few more half turns, we should be good to go. It's already really tight. And let's see. All right, I think that is good to go. As you can see right over here, I've installed the double towel bar. Once again, just to clarify, there goes my drill bit. Once again, just to clarify, this is the Moen Banbury double towel bar. The installation was fairly straightforward. The only thing was that I had to use some anchors, some wall anchors that I had never used before. So that was the only thing that was new to me. But other than that, the instructions are really straightforward. It's easy to install. I got this from Home Depot just to complement the style in the bathroom and add some functionality. And I hope that you have enjoyed this double towel bar installation video. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.